Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. So this is going to be a little bit of a different video, but I do want to introduce kind of my whole makeup collection to you and to this channel. So I'm gonna start off with showing you all of my eyeshadow palettes that I have. I do not have a large collection by any means, but some of the things that I do have I want to use up because I'm not sure what I was thinking about when I was purchasing them, and there was a point in my life where I could not afford high-end and more expensive makeup, and what I wanted to do was just to have makeup, to have colorful, beautiful eyeshadows, and I kind of went for quantity over quality a little bit, and I do want to still use up all of the makeup that I have and kind of transition not only towards cruelty-free makeup but also towards a little bit more of a better quality makeup than what I'm kind of gotten used to. So as of lately I have purchased a few palettes that are a little bit better than the others, but nevertheless I'm gonna share with you all of my palettes that I have, from the smallest ones to the largest ones, and I think I have about 14 altogether, which is not a lot at all, but trying to use them up is making me realize that this could take a whole lifetime, just these 14. So I'm gonna start off with the smallest ones that I have. So first off, I have a little palette here from Vive. This is what it looks like. So it's just a little tiny one, and Vive is a brand that is kind of like Glossybox. It's a subscription thing that you get like 4 times a year. They have their own makeup, their own skincare, their own everything, and I only received one package from them after signing up, and I canceled my subscription after that one package. But within the first kind of offering I got a bunch of palettes, and I got 2 palettes actually. One of them is the palette that I am trying to pan, and I'm not going to show you the inside of this. If you want to see it, you can go to my Pan That palette, which I will link over here somewhere. But so this is an 8 shadow eye palette with 2 blushes in it. So this one is on the larger side. It has baked shadows in it, and you can see it in the video. But the other one that I got in the same package was this one, and it's just a 4 eyeshadows little palette here with just neutral shades, as you can see here. I have never touched this, and I have had it for over 2 years, so this is why I think this one is in my project no buy that I want to use up. It's all neutral shades. It has a white, it has a beige, it has a little bit of a yellow beige one, and some browns right here. So it has a lot of product, but it's kind of shame that I have never even reached for this once, and I'm not sure why. Well, because I'm trying to pan my palettes and stuff like that, but also because it's just a complete waste of money having something like this in my collection and not using it. So that one is completely untouched, and I would love to use that one a little bit. Next one that is completely untouched is one that I got in a glossy box. This one is from Cherry Pie Scented Eyeshadow Palette from Jelly Pong Pong, and this is what that one looks like. So let's see here. I'm gonna show you this. This is also never been touched. I'm gonna just remove the little things from the inside, and I have not even removed the plasticky part from it. So this is what these shades look like on the inside. So you have beautiful pinks and reds and yellow in the middle, and you have some brown here, and it's just golden brown, gorgeous shades. But I have never touched this. It still has the plastic seal on it. I'm not sure. I think that this one in the middle could also be a cream, but I have never even reached for it once. And these are the shades that I would love to use, but I'm trying to use up so many other things that some of the things are kind of coming in the background and disappearing. So this is really unfortunate, but I think that we can all learn something from this video, because you're gonna see a lot of things that I have never used or rarely ever used. So the next palette that is a small one is my Dior palette. Now you have seen this probably in my project 10 pan. I will link it also somewhere around here so you can see it. So I'm not gonna open it because I am trying to use up the eyeliner that's on the inside here. But I have 3 shades, and I have 1 eyeliner and a brow gel in here that I'm trying to work on so far. So you can see that in the little eye thingy up here, but this is another palette that I am not reaching for that much when it comes to eyeshadows. And then I have my eyeshadow palette from H&M that was my Panda palette for 2016, I'm pretty sure. And this is what that one looks like. So it is a large eyeshadow palette with 32 eyeshadows, and this is what it looks like. So I have, since my attempt to try to use this one up completely, I have used this shade up this year, which used to be a really bright pink shade. Other than that, I haven't touched this palette for the whole 2017, and you can see there is a wide range of colors. This is one of the first palettes that I have ever purchased after watching a lot of YouTube videos and stuff like that, and wanting to have something that is very colorful and wanting to have a wide selection of colors. Now this is not by any means super good quality, so I can't recommend this, and this is so old, the packaging is so old, this is not even made anymore, but I will try to use this one up nevertheless. But this was from the days when I used to buy makeup for the quantity, not so much for the quality, because I wanted to have pretty things and I could not afford the pretty things that were better quality at that time. And another one of those episodes will be my Romella Color Symphony eyeshadow powder and blusher palette, which looks like that. It is a thick, bulky, fat palette that has a bunch of shimmer shades in it. I'm not even sure how to show you this, but you can see I have never touched these at all. And my goal is to probably try to pan this palette in 2018. So there is a little sneak peek to you. So I'm not even going to touch these until I try to pan it completely. So, but all of these shades are really colorful. All of them are super shimmery. I am almost convinced they have very low quality. So I might be surprised, I don't know, but as I said, I have never even swatched these, not even once. And underneath here there are also 2 powders and 2 blushes as well. So this is a large palette. I'm gonna try to use it up, but it was kind of a mistake to be purchased. And another one of those little mistakes that I purchased is this one right here. Now this one doesn't even have a name. I purchased it, I think it was probably on some tax-free airplane thing, and I have no idea what it's called. The lid has broken off and it has about 70 shades, I'm not even sure. It has a lot of shades, so it has every color you could imagine, and I have touched a few of them actually. This orange one right here I use a lot. I used to use a lot last year as an eyeliner on my lower lash line, and it was gorgeous. But so some of the shades are actually quite pretty, some of them are really, really bad quality, so it's a mixture of all. But I am going to use this up. If it kills me, I'm gonna use it up, because I did spend money on it, and it was at the time when I maybe shouldn't have spent money on makeup. So I am going to use this if it kills me, but I definitely probably cannot recommend somebody to purchase something like this. And then I have a few eyeshadow palettes that some of you would probably be able to recognize. The first one here is from Pixi by Petra. It is the Ultimate Beauty Kit 3rd edition. So this is what that one looks like. Now this is something I purchased Christmas 2016, and I have never used this on myself. I have used this on one of my sisters when she had her prom, but other than that, I have never touched these on myself. And this is what this one looks on the inside. So it has 3 sides here to it. It has a bunch of neutral shades on both sides here, as you can see. So these are, on this side, are all mattes, and kind of cooler tone ones. And on this side, as you can see, it's a little bit more warmer tone palette with a lot of shimmer shades. And in the middle you have some highlighters, some blushes, and some bronzers as well. So it is a large, bulky, it has 40 eyeshadows, 2 highlighters, 1 bronzer, 4 cheek powders, and 1 contour powder. So that is a lot of product, as you can imagine, and not having the fact that I have used this once and it wasn't even on myself, just doesn't that seem like a complete waste of money? So not having a large collection doesn't mean that you don't have a lot to work on. And then we have some that you would probably recognize. Now, Urban Decay Naked palettes are something that is kind of a YouTube made me buy it thing. I have never kind of liked the Naked 2. I don't like black shadows in eyeshadow palettes. I have no use for them. They are always the hardest ones for me to use up. So for me, they are just unnecessary. And the only palette that actually kind of spoke to me from the Naked range, possibly Naked Heat now as well, which I don't have, but it is the Naked 3 palette. So that is the one that kind of really spoke to me. And I'm pretty sure I didn't even buy this. I think I got this as a gift. So I'm just gonna remove the brush and I'm gonna show you. I have used this a few times, but I think all of you know what the Naked 3 looks like on the inside here. But what kind of drove it to buy me, what drove me to buy it is the fact that there are so many pinky, rosy tones to it, and the darker shades are not black, they are kind of sparkly, purpley, brownish shades that I can really work with, and I feel like I could do something with them. The problem with this is, though, that all of the shades kind of are the same when they come on my lids, at least. So on my eyelids, all of these look like one shade. So half of this is completely unnecessary. They kind of blend into each other, where after a few hours it all looks like I had just one giant pink brush swept over my eyelids. There is no depth to them. I can't make a whole eye look with this, unfortunately. So for me, these are not the best quality at all. I mean, I hear people talking about the Naked palettes like they are something super special, but unfortunately, this was not that impressive. I mean, I like it, I'm gonna use it. There are some shades that are really beautiful, but overall, it's not worth the money, actually. It's a lot of money for something that's not that good of a quality, and basically all of the shades looking the same is really difficult to work with. So that's that. And then I have another eyeshadow palette that everybody would recognize, and this is my latest purchase. I purchased it maybe 2 months ago, and it is the Modern Renaissance from Anastasia, whatever. And I keep it in the packaging because I don't want it to be dirty, but this is what it looks like. Everybody knows it, and it is by far my favorite eyeshadow palette that I own. It has such amazing pigmentation. It has beautiful shades. They are all up my alley. They last forever. If I put them on in the morning and I go out in the evening and I'm dancing and I'm sweating and I'm working, oh my god, they are still there. They are each to their own. They blend together perfectly, beautifully, and transition into each other, but at the same time they keep their own color. Like if I put orange here and pink here, it's gonna be pink here and orange here, and not a mess of both of them. I just love this, and I can definitely recommend anybody that would want to purchase this. So this is what my palette looks like. I know it looks semi untouched. I have only used it a few times, but the few times that I have used it, I have been so impressed with it that I can most definitely recommend this to everybody. I am just in love with these shades, and this is by far the most perfect palette that has ever been made, that completely speaks to my taste. You can see how passionate I am about it. I can barely pronounce words, but so this is really the best that I have in my collection. And we have 4 palettes left. They are all from Too Faced, and I'm gonna start off with the Christmas in New York cafe thing, I think, where you got these 3. So we have first of all the Eggnog Latte from Too Faced here. So this is what that one looks like, and on the inside this is what it looks like. So it comes with 6 eyeshadows and a blush. As you can see, I have dabbed into this one actually. I think it's visible that I have used this one a few times actually. I love these shades. I think actually they are quite nice quality. I have never smelled eggnog in my life. I don't know, it's an egg drink with alcohol. That's kind of what I get from watching the movies, but it does smell kind of nice, this one at least. I think that the blush is kind of nice. I have dabbed into that one as well. It's pretty okay, nothing spectacular. I wouldn't say that you missed out on something if you can't get your hands on it, but it's actually quite nice. The other one is Peppermint Mocha, and this is what that one looks like. And on the inside we have also 6 eyeshadows and a blush. As you can see, the blush I haven't touched, but I have played with some of the shades here. These 3 here, the 2 lightest ones and the purple right there. They are okay, nothing spectacular. The qualities, I mean, you could buy this, or you could buy this from H&M for a fraction of a price and you would get the exact same quality, I would say. So yeah, it's nothing super extravagant. The next one here is the gingerbread cookie from Too Faced. So it's the third one and the last one from the last Christmas collection. And this is what that one looks like on the inside. As you can see, this one comes with a gingerbread bronzer instead of a blush, and I have dabbed into, well, all of them except for black coffee here. All of the shadows I have dabbed into. They are also so and so. The shimmery shades, they do not translate that well on the lid, I think. The matte ones are a little bit better, but and given that there is a black in this one, this is not something I reach for that much. And the last eyeshadow palette that I have, that everybody knows if you are in the beauty community on YouTube, and that is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar. This was the first palette that spoke to me when it comes to high-end palettes. This is the first palette that I purchased since I started to watch YouTube videos and stuff like that. So this one was the absolute first one that kind of drew me into buying something that is a little bit more pricey. And I think it's an okay eyeshadow palette. I think some of the shades are better than the others. I'm gonna show you what it looks like on the inside, but I think everybody knows what this one looks like on the inside. And you can also see some dips going on in some of the shades, like here and here. You can see which ones are kind of my favorite ones that come to use. I love the fact that it smells like chocolate. Like when I smelled it at the store, I just couldn't resist buying it because of the chocolate scent. Some of the shades, like the hazelnut or creme brulee, they are really, really gorgeous. But then we have, marzipan and salted caramel, those two, really gorgeous, use them a lot. But then we have shade like strawberry bonbon, this one right here, the pink one. And I just don't get it. It turns out almost white on my eyelids and it doesn't do much for me. I'm trying to use it just for the sake of it. I don't hate it, but I just don't get it. And then there are some of the shades here that I just don't think are as good of a quality as they are looking in the pan right here, because like the Black Forest Truffle, for example, this one right here, it looks to me like it's a rich brown with a little bit of a purple undertone to it, with a lot of golden glitter, and it looks like it should be so beautiful on the eyelids, but when I put it on, it looks like black with a little bit of chunky pieces of glitter sporadically kind of placed on my eyelid. So it's not that impressive, and some of the shades I haven't even tried to use yet. It is, though, a very good kind of cohesive palette. If you want to make a whole eye look, you can make as many of them as you want to, comparing or combining different shadows with this. So it is a good palette, but is it worth the money? I don't know. You should go and swatch it and kind of see for yourself. I do hope that I haven't offended anybody by kind of speaking badly about the eyeshadow palettes, but honestly, all of the kind of high-end ones I purchased because I saw them on YouTube and I felt like those shades were something that was speaking to me. And I really realized something when I was with all of my palettes is that, for example, if there is a black in a palette, I'm not gonna use the black shadow, so why would I purchase a whole palette where I know that I will not be using everything in it? And also I learned that I like pink and red on my eyes, and I didn't know that about myself before, but now I know that I really, really love those shades and that they really kind of suit my brown eyes. So you kind of learn as you purchase. I wouldn't say that I regret any of my purchases, to be honest. I love everything, even though some of them are crappy quality, some of them are better quality. I don't regret them. I love that I have them. I love that I can play with them. And it's just makeup, so if you feel like you want something, you should buy it. I mean, life is too short just to be kind of regretting an eyeshadow palette. Like, what is that? Why would you regret something like this? I mean, some of them are not good, but I'm gonna do my best to use them because I spend money on them, and maybe it wasn't the wisest choice at the time, but I have them to play with, and it's kind of fun to have a lot of makeup, or, well, in my case it's kind of a small collection, but nevertheless. So I would like to thank you for watching this video, if you made it so far, because I know it's going to be a long one. And make sure to comment down below which one is your favorite palette and which one do you hate the most. That would be interesting to know. Thank you so much for watching, and I do hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.